Taylor, Director of Investment Management with Arch Bridge Advisors. Welcome back to this month's Cup of Joe. So the markets went a little haywire in April, and there was a lot of policy uncertainty looming over us all. There still is. And when the market hits pockets of volatility like this, we always try to provide some historical perspective. We talk about relying on your individual financial plan, and we maybe talk about things like buying opportunities through volatility. We also advise clients to control what you can control. And in the past, we really just kind of touched on that and provided a few examples of what that might be. But today, I'd like to dive a little deeper for you and talk about what that means financially. What is that? What are those things? When my money feels like it's at risk, what can I do? How can I control what I can control? So, the first big one I want to talk about is expenses. First, if you're planning any large expenses like changing of a car, home project, renovation, things like that, elements like locking in good interest rates, taking your time to comparison shop, and doing a little bit of research so that you know what a fair price is, so you know you're paying a fair price, those can all pay off big over the life of your asset or your investment. And also having time flexibility, that's a huge advantage when you're making a large purchase to getting the best price. Portfolio volatility also provides an excellent opportunity to examine your expenses from the past year. What are your fixed costs? Where's all your discretionary spending going? And when you examine those expenses, you look at them with a critical eye, right? I would venture to guess that maybe 80 to 90% of clients spend more than they think they do. And not because they're not keeping track, but it's because they haven't looked in a while. Either their habits have changed, so they're spending differently than the last time they checked, or they're spending the same, but the prices of the things they're spending money on, that's gone up. So reviewing your real expenses, that helps you get mentally on track and maybe identify some areas for cost cutting, right? The second big area of controlling what you can control, that's your exposure to the news. Now, we all know it's no secret that the news kind of peddles in negativity. They fervor up some worry and engage in this form of emotional hijacking. Many of the news stories that we hear, they're told with a slant, or especially financially, they're intentionally conveyed without full context. So, not believing everything you hear at face value is important. Also, if you're listening or reading to only one news source, it behooves you to make an effort to switch it up. You will hear different things in different places, and not just politically, but factually as well. And if anything you hear in the news cycle is related to finances or investing, and that hits your emotional trigger, then reach out to us. Let us help add perspective and give you the confidence in digesting that information. Finally, the third area where you can control your input is with your reactions. Now, look, we're all humans, and sophisticated emotions, that's what sets us apart in the animal kingdom, right? So saying not to react or ignoring your reaction, that's just unfair and it's an unrealistic suggestion, really. But setting up a success framework around periods of heightened emotion, that can really help you sail right through them and end up at good outcomes. This is why occupations such as pilots, military operators, first responders, people like that, they're put through very stressful training, right? So when the emergencies occur, they are calm, cool, and collected to be able to deal with it. And the same thing you can do for yourself with your finances. So, what does that successful framework look like? Well, make a plan ahead of time, maybe even write it down. You remind yourself that that plan is there as something you can refer to the next time you're tempted to make an emotional decision, maybe driven by market volatility or things like that. Also, having a plan ahead of time, that helps you deflect most of the noise that you're going to encounter along the way. And that noise really doesn't affect anything. When the market sees sustained volatility, you're going to hear a lot of terrifying headlines in the news cycle. You'll be able to look right past them if you've already checked with your plan and you know it's coming. And the last part here is train yourself to ask questions first. rather than making a gut decision and then just dealing with the outcome. Try and educate yourself before pulling any triggers. Now, I said train yourself. That might sound like a little bit of work, but it's really just a hack until it becomes a habit, right? Asking questions first, getting information before making a decision. So remember that nothing controls the stock market, but expenses, news, reactions, these are just three levers that you can pull to greatly improve your situation and really your lived experience when the stock market is giving out lemons. So that does it for this cup of Joe. Please like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can get all of our insightful comment. And as always, if you have any questions at all, please reach out to us. Thank you.